In just a moment, we'll share with you details of a heartwarming turn of events. This is in Potensi in the Eastern Cape. 110-year-old Poto Jantisi is set to experience the comfort of a permanent home for the first time in his life. And he has spent a century in poor living conditions. Jantisi lives with his siblings, will soon own a home that he can call his own. And our Sipa Kema is there, and I can tell you already from what I can see in the preview, there's a lot of activity and a lot of excitement for this big milestone in the Jantisi family's life. So we'll take you there a little bit later on in the program. While civil society organization Civicus has launched a campaign called Stand as My Witness, and they're calling for greater social action in the protection of activists around the globe. The campaign is also celebrating its anniversary, using today to urge society to not turn a blind eye to the persecution of activists. Let's talk about this with Dr. Paul Mulindwa, who is the lead for advocacy and campaigns in Africa at Civicus. Dr. Mulindwa, good morning to you and welcome. A lot of the evils in the world we wouldn't be any the wiser to were not for the consistent and courageous work of activists. And I'd love for you to just paint a portrait for our viewers really quickly about the plight and the experiences of activists, and especially those that you work with when they try to blow the whistle or raise the alarm on issues and ills in our society.
Yeah, thank you, Iman, for having me. The plight of human rights defenders in the continent is really looking dark. Human rights defenders have been the target of execution, torture, beatings, arbitrary arrest, detentions, murder, assassinations, all kinds of threats as you can think of. And of course, not forgetting murder and assassinations in different parts of the countries. So defenders have been the victims of all these false accusations and unfair trials and convictions. We've seen the renewed violence and the political instabilities in many countries. We can talk of Sudan, we can talk of Eastern DRC, we've seen the West Africa, the tensions, the political tensions, the instabilities, the coups in the neighborhood of our country, South Africa. We've seen the death of key actor and the human rights defender in Eswatini, Thorani Maseko, Zogo in Cameroon, a famous human rights defender, the mysterious death of a journalist, investigative journalist in Rwanda. All these darkened moments for human rights defenders in our region. And of course, as conflicts then rise and tensions emerge, there is always restrictions, and devastating effect on these happen on the restrictions and the harassments of defenders who take an upper hand and a commitment to continue working around the human rights and dignity of each and every person.